Ontario PC leader Doug Ford is speaking to reporters at a campaign stop in Scarborough. Let's listen in live.
To protect Ontario. This week, we received news of a 30-day pause on tariffs. While we can all breathe a sigh of relief, no one should breathe easy. The simple truth is, as long as Donald Trump is president, the risk of tariffs will never go away. Whether he implements them in a month, next year, or 2 years from now, he will use the threat of tariffs to get what he wants. Make no mistake, Canada and Ontario will continue to stare down the barrel of these threats and tariffs. We're in a period of unprecedented economic risk and lengthy negotiations. If and when they come, the Trump's tariffs will devastate our economy. They'll put hundreds of thousands of jobs at risk. Trump's tariffs have been a wake-up call for a lot of politicians who usually oppose building anything like the opposition. They don't want to build anything. They're coming around to the simple fact, major infrastructure projects create jobs, good-paying jobs. They make Canada a better and more competitive place to do business. From day one, our government has been hard at work on the largest, most ambitious plan to build in Canadian history, and I'll add North American history. We're a party that wants to get things built, whether it's the largest expansion of public transit in North America, getting to work on the Highway 413, or getting shovels in the ground on the Bradford bypass. We're the only party that believes in putting shovels in the ground. We're the only party that's making sure that we're putting bigger paychecks into the pockets of construction workers and hardworking people around this province. Building roads and highways is an economic necessity. Gridlock in Ontario costs the province's economy $56 billion every year. Without more transportation infrastructure, every 400 series highway, including the 401, will be at capacity within the decade. I think 401's already at capacity. The result, more trucks, more workers stuck in traffic. Now, as we brace for tariffs, it's never been more important to keep building. Tunneling the 401 is a project we've been talking about for months. In that time, let me tell you something I've learned. The easiest way to know if someone commutes on the 401, ask them very simply. Ask them what they think about building a tunnel. Hardworking mums and dads in places like right here in Scarborough and Peel and York and Durham regions, the people who commute daily on the 401, they know this is the busiest, most congested highway in all of North America. I think proud they told us number 3 in the world. These hardworking families, they just want to get to work, get to soccer practice after work, get home, without the headache of bumper-to-bumper traffic from one end of the 401 to the other. It's why our PC team is investing over $200 billion in our plan to build roads, build highways, build public transit, and today I'm making it official. A re-elected PC government will move forward with the largest infrastructure project in Ontario's history, Canadian history, and in North America. We're going to build the 401 Express Tunnel. It will be the largest tunnel in the entire world. We have the expertise, and we have the experience and the ingenuity, and most important, the best workers on the planet. The tunnel, which will include both vehicle and transit lanes, will extend beyond Brampton and Mississauga in the west, beyond Markham and Scarborough in the east. It'll be one of the largest, most ambitious infrastructure projects in the entire world. Critically, with the threat of the tariffs and job losses, building the 401 Express Tunnel will create thousands and thousands of jobs for many, many years to come and keep thousands of people working. Good-paying union jobs. Building the 401 Express Tunnel, it won't happen overnight. In fact, a project of this size and ambition will take years, but we owe it to the drivers, to the workers, to the families to get moving, to invest in whatever it takes. When finished, the 401 tunnel will unlock billions in economic growth and make our province's economy more competitive. Building the 401 tunnel isn't the first step in our plan to build and protect Ontario. and its certainty isn't the last. I'll tell you, it will continue building. Certainly it's not going to be the last. To protect Ontario, to keep people working on a job site, backed by a strong, stable 4-year mandate, a mandate from the people. A re-elected PC government will ramp up our plan to build with $22 billion to speed up infrastructure projects. We'll build more, we'll build faster. A re-elected PC government will speed up construction on the Shepherd East subway extension. Thank you, Aris, for promoting that all the time. This goes all the way back to my brother Rob's days. To get shovels in the ground connecting the TTC's Line 4 with the Scarborough subway extension a year sooner than planned. We'll rebuild and upgrade Highway 401's eastbound lanes from Victoria Park to Avenue Road to Nielsen Road, and we'll add another lane at the Kennedy Road interchange. Lastly, a re-elected PC government will rebuild and upgrade Highway 401's eastbound express lanes from Avenue Road to Ward Avenue, including bridge replacements at the Leslie Street and Bayview Avenue interchanges. In short, our plan to protect Ontario, it's also a plan to build Ontario, to get Ontario moving, to keep people working, to make our businesses and economy more competitive, and ensure that drivers spend less time in gridlock, more time with their families. Friends, the weeks, months, and years ahead, they could be very tough. Mark my words, President Trump, he's on a mission. He wants to destabilize our economy and divide our country. He even says he'll use economic force to get his way. For the next 4 years, we're in a battle for the future of our economy, for the future of our province. On February 27th, I'm asking every Ontario resident for your vote, for a strong, stable 4-year mandate to do whatever is necessary to spend.
And we are hearing from PC leader Doug Ford as he pledges to build a tunnel under the 401. Ontario PC leader Doug Ford is speaking to reporters at a campaign stop in Scarborough. Let's listen in live.
P is the economy. Protect the economy, create jobs, more income coming into the provincial coffers. We've seen just the numbers came out. Even in these tough economic times, Ontario gained 39,000 jobs, 14,000 manufacturing jobs this month alone. Last month, another 24,000 jobs. We're going to create the climate and the conditions to create more jobs, create more income up to the coffers so we can take care of people on ODSP. We gave them a 5% increase. Then we did it based on the rate of inflation. I want to help these people. Do you know what I don't like? And I have no problem taking care of people for a little while on Ontario Works. Healthy young people that are sitting on the couch watching the Flintstones. They should be out there, they should be working. There's still 200,000 jobs available here in Ontario. We can't afford that. Everyone should be out there when they have a chance, apply. Now, if they go through rough times for a little bit, I get that, not a problem. But there's people that have been on Ontario Works, welfare, healthy people for their whole lives. Well, these hardworking people are paying for them to sit on the couch and watch the Flintstones or the soap operas or whatever they're watching. That has to end because people behind me and everyone around Ontario is sick and tired of working hard, paying their taxes, and watching people not pay and take from the system. And we've created that climate and the conditions because the previous government chased 300,000 jobs out of our province because of high red tape, regulations, high electricity costs, and high taxes. There's 850,000 more people working today than there was 7 years ago. We're going to continue growing our economy to pay for social services across this province.
The Star reported this morning that the province hired 21 private investigators to surveil 11 different supervised drug consumption sites. How much did that contract cost taxpayers, and do you think that's a wise use of public money?
I think it's an excellent use of money. 21 people. First time I've heard about it, but if that's what they're doing, I want to make sure that money goes to heart hubs, and we're spending $500 million. not safe injection sites, not safe supply that they can distribute their drugs all over the province and get people wired onto drugs. Unacceptable. I want to help these people. I want to give them a lift up. I want to give them a detox bed. I want to give them a rehabilitation bed. And I want to get them back into the workforce once they're supported.
Good morning, Alison Jones with the Canadian Press.
Hi, Alison.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. I want to go back to the tunnel
Yes.
again, because I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly. You're saying today that you're officially committing to building it.
That's right.
But you're also saying the feasibility study is not done, so you don't have a cost per kilometer, you don't have any sort of cost estimate. So you're saying you are going to build it no matter how potentially astronomically high the cost estimate comes back as. Is that a responsible way to manage the province's finances?
What is responsible is making sure we stop the $56 billion a year we're losing in productivity. What's responsible is making sure the hardworking people behind me and across the province get home to their kids or take their kids to soccer practice or go grocery shopping or whatever. That's the responsible thing to do. We have ideas just going by what's happening around the world, and we can really use the tunnel per kilometer when it comes to the subways. We have a firm number on these. We're going to use that as a guideline, but the most important thing is to get the environmental studies done, to get the engineering plans and the design done, and then we can start digging. By that time, we'll be able to have a firm cost, and it's going to save, again, $56 billion a year. Just in 5 years, that's $280 billion of productivity that we're going to gain. We're going to add to our GDP. Interprovincial trade, add to our GDP. All these little things are going to secure jobs, and it's going to secure thousands and thousands of jobs for years to come.
And I also just wanted to ask about healthcare.
Yes.
We've heard in the days before the campaign about your $1.8 billion plan to increase access to primary care.
Yes.
But that plan commits to getting 2 million more people access to primary care. We know that there are already 2.5 million people without a family doctor. The OMA says that'll soon be 4 million. Is this plan, and let me know if there's anything new coming on that score during the campaign, but is that plan an admission that it's not possible to get everyone a family doctor?
Well, what I know right now is we have the highest percentage of the population connected to a family physician. That's what we know. In the entire country, by the way. Is it good enough? It's not good enough. I believe in continuous improvement. We have the best person, as far as I'm concerned, in the entire country, Dr. Jane Philpott. She's nationally renowned as a leader. I want to thank Dr. Philpott for going and making sure over the next 4 years that we're going to connect every single person, every child, every infant, every teenager, every person, every senior connected to a healthcare worker. That's $1.8 billion we're going to invest, and we're going to also allocate money for future doctors. Think of this, 15,000 new doctors we've registered, 100,000 new nurses, 30,000 new nursing students in schools right now that are going to graduate to be out there. Nurse practitioners, we're paying for their education. The nurses, nurse practitioners, we're paying for the doctors' education. We're building more medical universities, adding more medical seats. We're adding $33 billion to healthcare, which has never been done, adding $50 billion to build new hospitals across the province, 50 sites. These are staggering numbers. That's never been done. We're sparing no expense. We're going to make sure we connect every single person in Ontario to a family physician. But thank you for the question.
Thank you. This concludes.
And that is Ontario PC leader Doug Ford, who is speaking to reporters at a campaign stop in Scarborough.